Warning, this game contains content that might not be suitable for most audiences. Viewers' discretion is advised. Hello everyone and welcome back to Boyfriend to Death 2. Today we're going to be going through Ren's route, which is his route is actually hidden in Lawrence's route, so I'm just gonna show you how we can get there, and also nab a free affection point for Ren, because I love Ren. Okay, is everything okay, Ren? Everything's great. Hey, I know. I can get us around before it closes. Oh, I trotted off to the bartender before I could say anything. We're gonna skip ahead to when we're at the alley, so yeah, I'll see you guys there. All right, we're back in the alley, and in case you guys didn't notice, there's a little tail over there. So yeah, let's click on it. Lion, come with me, I'll help you. I swayed on my feet. Ren, you've got, I don't feel, I know. I began to collapse as he tried to hold me up. It'll be okay. I woke up in a comfortable chair, in a strange house. What happened? I tried to remember as someone familiar approaches me. Oh, you're awake. You feel better now. You've been asleep for hours. I groaned and rubbed my head. Right, I went out. But then these two guys. Thank you for helping me. Well, of course. It's no problem at all. Anyway, now that you're up, bet you're feeling hungry. Why don't I make you something to eat? About your ears, I really should be leaving. I'll accept his offer. I mean, heck, might as well have a meal with Ren. Oh, I suppose I could stay a bit longer. Thanks. Great. You're gonna love it. I have these really nice... Whoops. Yeah, I'm rambling. I'll just be a bit. Sit tight. Okay. I shifted in my seat and heard a soft clinking. What the? Hey, what? I thought Ren was the good, nice one. What? There was a huge chain on the floor. From the wall to my ankles. I was about to say something when I noticed something heavy around my neck as well. I reached up. What is this? Some kind of collar. More like a neck-sized shackle. I realized moments after that I yelled too loudly at the discovery. I heard the quiet sounds to the kitchen stop. I stood up, grasping at a metal ring around my neck, not finding any way to open it. He returned to the living room leisurely, not seeming too concerned about my distress. What's wrong, Lion? What is this thing around my neck? Let me go. Why am I chained to the wall? Oh. Yes, no need to be worried, Lion. I know it seems a little different, but just trust me, okay? We'll be best friends before you know it. I gulped and reached up to touch the collar around my neck. Ah, that. It's a little hand-me-down. A gift for my new friend. Thank you. Are you insane? If you want to be my friend, why would you do this? Thank you? I mean, this seems a bit familiar. I mean, heck, it's like it came from a prequel or something. I felt that being polite was probably the best option. Well, you're so welcome. He paused and chewed his lips. Although, it's been a pretty long time. I'm not sure if this still... What are you doing with that button? Works? What does it do? I had a feeling, but I wanted to be wrong. Wow. I gasped raggedly. It felt like I was being punched all over at once. But I was completely gone. This eye still works fine, huh? 1,000 things went through my head at once. He put some sort of electric collar on me. Where does someone even get something like that? What do you mean by training? Is it crazy enough to kill me? How can I get out of here? Those potatoes are probably done by now too. He turned and went back to the kitchen. I shrank back into the couch. I suppose I could take the time to figure out my situation. I shrank into the soft cushions. That chain certainly ain't breaking. I heard the quiet sounds of cooking start again in the kitchen. The shackles on my ankle looked as indestructible as the collar on my neck. I heard the hiss of something in the skillet. My eyes traveled down to the chain on the wall. That's starting to smell really good. I shook my head. Concentrate! The wall. It's just a normal house wall. That's got to be the weak point. I stared for a while, contemplating if I should get up right now. I don't think that's a good idea. He'd hear me, and he still got that remote. Lion! I gasped and jumped in the chair. Yeah, sorry, I didn't hear you. I stammered and gave him a nervous smile. Yeah, I can be pretty quiet. Anyway, dinner served. He held out a plate heaped in mashed potatoes and steaks to me. I took it, eyes wide. This looks really good. Well, looks don't mean much anyway. What matters is how it tastes. Oh, yeah, forgot a fork. I'll be right back. Thank you. Say nothing, thank you. Can I also have a knife? No, I'm just gonna thank him. I mean, I don't mind. You're so polite. Yeah, I really hit the jackpot. He practically skipped to the kitchen. He's in a good mood at least. He came back quietly, beaming and holding out a fork. I took it quietly and looked down at my meal. It seemed awkward to eat in front of someone like this. But I was starving and it smelled amazing. Everything else is wrong. Might as well enjoy this. Took a bite. Well, it's really good. It's really delicious. I tried not to sound surprised. So he seemed to relax just watching me dig in. I was so hungry that it was easy to temporarily forget everything else. I cleaned my plate and finally looked back up. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. He took my plate and fork from me. I chewed my lip as he took them to the kitchen. This house is nice. I nestled into a comfy chair. And this cooking's so good. Maybe this isn't so bad. I considered pulling my knees up to my chest while I waited. I lifted my foot slightly, hearing the clink of the chain reminding me. Right. I looked up in time to see him returning. Alright. He quickly wiped his hand from his shirt. Maybe it's best that we just get you settled in. Give you some time to adjust. I just looked at him. What do you mean by settle in? To my surprise, he pulled out a small key and bent down to my shackle. Don't forget about your collar. I gulped, reaching out to touch it. I'm going to open this, but if you aren't good, I'll have to shock you. I nodded slowly. As long as he takes that off, I'm in a better position. It clicked open and fell to the floor. Nah. His tail swooshed slowly as he started to relax. Okay, come with me. I'll show you a room. My room? He held my arm gently and guided me down a short hallway to a door. He swung the door open. Wow. I mean, if it weren't for like the ominous music, I feel like this was like any other like dating sim. A simple bedroom. No bars or chains or anything. I know it's kind of boring, but I didn't know what you'd like. Once I get to know you better, we can spruce it up. My eyebrows furrowed. How long are you planning to keep me here? It's nice. Say nothing. It's nice. He lit up. I'm glad you like it. Just holler if you need anything. I'll let you get some rest. He slipped out the door and closed it behind him, leaving me in the room. I could hear him walking away, but from what I could tell, he didn't lock it or anything. I looked over to the bed, touching the metal ring around my neck. He has to sleep sometime. Maybe for now, I'll just buy my time. I went to the window first. There didn't seem to be a way to open it. The glass looked too thick to smash with anything in the room. Outside, there's some rich-looking suburban neighbor. Ren is loaded? What? Where am I? The window was facing some fancy backyards. It looked like the kind of places that had homeowner meetings, book clubs, and backyard barbecues. I explored the bedroom slowly. It was just like a hotel room. Nothing in any of the drawers. Clean looking, clean smelling. Now that I was thinking about it, the living room sort of looked unused too. Or at least really new. What kind of person, fox, lives in a house like this? I flopped in on the bed, staring upward. I tried to go through the theories in my head to make this make sense. The theories only grew more and more outlandish as I started to doze. At some point, I wouldn't be able to remember. I fell asleep. I shifted on the soft bed. Waking up slowly, I began to wonder where I was. Then all came flooding back. I flung myself up and off the bed. I looked to the window. It's morning. I walked quietly to the bedroom door, straining to hear anything. It's completely silent. I tried the doorknob. The door opened easily. No. Stay in the bedroom, call for Ren, explore the house. Well, I guess I'll call for Ren. I tentatively poked my head out the door. Ren? I paused, waiting for a reply. Are you here? Nothing but my own voice. Guess he's not home. I'll explore the house. Well, I'm not just gonna stay here. I tiptoed into the living room where I was chained before. Still no sign of Ren. I looked around the room at my options. There's set of stairs to the second floor. Another door under these stairs. Of course, there's the kitchen. Maybe there's a weapon there. I'll look towards the entranceway. Maybe I could make a break for it. Well, I don't want to look for a weapon, honestly. So I am very curious about what's under the stairs. Let's go ahead and explore what's under the stairs. I started a simple-looking door. There's something weird about it. The handle was strange. I turned it and heard a couple clicks. It's heavy. As I swung the door open, I saw the other side was thick and metal. What the? Oh no! I think I recognize this. I fumbled for a light switch and eventually a flickering light revealed stairs to a dark basement. Something about it was making me nervous. Go down. I have to know what's down there. I stepped down the wooden stairs, creaking softly. It smells musty and coppery. I felt along the wall, looking for another light. There! I stared at my surroundings. It's nothing like the rest of the house. It feels old and used and well-lived. There are stains. A shiver crawls up my spine. Everywhere. I gulped and took an involuntary step back. The woodworking tools shone in a sinister way under the artificial basement light. All I could hear was the hum of a small fridge and a large freezer. My gaze locked on the deep freeze, or stains. I approached it. I was filled with an irrational need to open it. Open it. I placed my shaking hand on the lid and lifted. It opened with a suction crack. My eyes adjusted to the light. Oh God! Strayed? What the frick? I stumbled backwards, falling onto the floor. The lid of the freezer fell with a bang. No! He's a murderer! I have to get out of here. I scrambled to my feet and ran up the stairs. I heard her door open and a loud thump. Ren! I looked around quickly. I should get back to the bedroom. I ran as quickly and quietly as I could back to the room he left me in. I closed the door silently, my heart thudding. I don't think he noticed anything. I let out a sigh of relief before pressing my ear to the door. More thumps. Come on! Isn't this what you wanted? Who is he talking to? He was moving further away. I strained to hear him. Lion! I jumped. You in your room? Come out here. I have a surprise for you. Yeah. I cleared my throat, realizing my voice was choked. Yeah. I came out of the room slowly. Did you have a nice rest? I hope you couldn't see me sweating. Yeah, totally. Had the greatest nap ever. You wouldn't believe it, Ren. Great. Well, come on. Got everything set up in the spare room. He motioned me over to the door that I assumed was for a closet. Check it out. I cautiously looked inside the dark room. My eyes adjusted to the darkness. Lawrence? Well? What? It was the other guy from the pub. You remember Lawrence? I just stared, astounded. Lawrence was going to be my new friend. But then you came along. He grinned at a terrified man in the chair. It's weird how quickly things can change, isn't it? I gulped hard. And why is he here now? Ren flashed me a fanged smile. Then he reached for something behind himself. He revealed a knife. Before I could react in fear, he held it out to me. I wanted to share something really special, Lion. He couldn't be serious. I held the knife. You want me to hurt him? I heard Lawrence's muffled whimper as Ren looked me over. Hurt him. Make him bleed. Cry. Kill him. The knife quivered in my hand. I considered the people in the room and the collar around my neck. I didn't do anything to deserve this. Please don't make me. Cut, Lawrence. No. He didn't do anything to deserve this. I mean, honestly, he might be a bit of a maniac, but no. He didn't do anything to deserve this. I looked into the panicked eye of the man in the chair. I mean, sure, he freaked me out at the pub. He freaked me out a little after we left the pub. But there's no reason to kill anyone. Ren looked at me dully. I used to think that way once. This has nothing to do with what he deserves. The whole world is unfair, Lion. You need to understand that to be free. And he needs to suffer for us to get what we want. But I don't want this. You need this! He was getting more excited. I know it feels scary at first, but we'll have a bond deeper than you can imagine right now. He looked down at Lawrence. We need blood for that. No, I can't. No, I'm gonna keep refusing. Ren started to look like he was losing his patience. I won't do it. He held up the remote. No, wait! Yeah! I stumbled backward, dropping the knife. He picked it up quickly and turned to Lawrence. Looks like it's your lucky day, Law. Ren cut the gag off of Lawrence's face. You want to be the one that leaves this room? Yeah. Ren quickly sawed through the zip ties and rope holding Lawrence down, then handed him the knife. What? Wait! Lawrence stood up. Please, Lawrence! Ren's the one! I fell backward, hitting the wall behind me. I'll keep lying down. Go ahead. Lawrence loomed over me with the knife. I'll make it quick. I tried one last desperate scramble for the door. Whoa! I stopped after the shock. I couldn't move. It hurt so much. Then I was pinned to the floor by a knife in my back. All I could do was cough weakly and twitch. I knew we'd get along, Lawrence. You took Law's split. Frick! Fine. I'll cut Lawrence. I don't have a choice. I stepped closer to Lawrence with the knife. I consider apologizing to him. What would be the point? Go on. Make it quick, do it slow. I moved closer to Lawrence, watching as he began to panic more. I wasn't sure where to start. I looked at his arm and touched the blade to his skin. I've never done this to anyone before. I pressed the knife down, sliding it, testing it. His arm jerked against the rope and zip ties as he groaned into his gag. Such a strong reaction, even though it was so easy. I looked up to his face. He was breathing hard, scared. I moved the knife over his skin again. He muffled more sounds. I could tell by the begging look in his eyes what he was trying to say. No. He wants so badly for this to stop. More than ever, he's ever wanted anything. I flashed a knife in front of him. There's nothing he can do about it, is there? His head jerked up and I realized I spoke aloud. The whole room was silent. Ren and Lawrence were frozen, anticipating what I'd do next. I'm the one in charge of this moment. I pressed the knife into Lawrence's thigh. He began to scream into the gag as I pressed it further into him, slowly, seeing him unable to stop me, even though he so desperately wanted to. I twisted the knife. It filled me with something I'd never felt before. Strangely, I was more aware of the collar around my neck as I did it. I've been helpless too. I pulled the knife out. He was shaking. I lifted his chin so he could look at me. This was important. I understand how you feel, Lawrence. I wiped the bloody knife on his shirt. You can't stop this. Terror flooded his face. Why did that feel so good to say? I pushed the knife into his belly, faster. I could tell his screaming has become hoarser even with the gag. He's so soft. I pulled the knife through his flesh and watched the blood and other things that should stay in the human body fall out of him. His head fell to his chest. After an amount of time I couldn't properly recount, I realized I was panting. I glanced over at Ren. I was surprised to see a hint of fear. I grinned at him. That wasn't so hard. I sheathed the knife in Lawrence's chest. Yeah. I guess it wasn't. You did great. Was he not expecting me to do it? I scoffed. I should clean up. He smiled at me warmly. You can just relax now. Sure. I turned and left him in a small dark room. The living room seemed brighter and more comfortable than before. I flopped on the couch, leaning back. Something was telling me I should be more bothered about what just happened. I closed my eyes. Why bother freaking out now? I relaxed on the soft cushions and ended up dozing. Hey, Lion! You kinda dozed off there. He changed clothes. How long was I? Oh god. I clutched my head, remembering what happened. Still feeling upset? Did that really happen? Lawrence. Oh. He's dead! You did such a great job. No. I tried to bring my knees to my chest. I was stopped by the sound of metal clinking. I whimpered as I realized I was chained again. Ah, you're so sweet and gentle. I felt like I was breathing too fast. Hey, don't panic now. He rested a hand on my shoulder. Safe and sound, right where you belong. I'm scared. You're a monster. I'm scared. You're scared? I've been so generous and kind. I've been coddling you. Of course this hasn't been working. Ren, I've been doing it wrong. Please, I'm sorry. Oh, you're not sorry yet. But you will be. What? No, not again. No, anything but this. No. Welcome back to the world of waking light. You mean boyfriend to death 1? You mean strange basement? Is this strange home? No. The basement. And welcome to the shop. Ren breathed deep, seeming to smell the air around him. It's so alive down here. I backed up a step and ran into a large metal pole. I haven't tied you up yet. I glanced at the stairs. Because I want you to do something for me. I bit my lip, eyeing the remote in his hand, waiting for the request. I want you to Hey, wait! Now I just realized that strange shirt! What? Take your clothes off. Obey? Can I keep my underwear on? Refuse? Make a break for it? I'm obey. Why not? I looked down. It's all I have a choice. I pulled off my shirt and pants quickly. I hesitated with only a short glance at Ren before touching my underwear. Let out a defeated sigh and removed those too. I tried my best to cover myself awkwardly as he kicked the clothing further from me. Good. Now sit. I shivered, entirely from the cold basement floor to my bare feet. I slowly crouched and sat on my knees, hugging close, my back against the pole. Stay still. He moved behind me and gripped my arms. I squeaked a small protest, but it moved quickly. He yanked up behind the pole with a sharp, unmistakable noise of a zip tie. I was bound. There! Now we're all set up. I squirmed on the floor. Please. Oh, hush. He played with a knife in his hands. This is a gift. He stepped closer. Sometimes, lessons hurt, but you learn to appreciate them. I pulled my knees closer, curled as tightly as I could with my arms behind me. Put your legs down. I hesitated. Now! There's nothing I can do. I slid my feet forward, trembling. He crouched over my lap, his tail twitching excitedly. He positioned the knife over my chest. I felt a small amount of relief seeing him move it sideways, getting ready to cut rather than stab. But the relief was short-lived once he sunk the blade in. I hissed in pain and grit my teeth. I wanted to shrink away from the knife, but the pain was making my chest heave. He held it firmly, and each breath made it cut deeper. I couldn't help but start to cry. When he leaned back to admire his work, I slowly looked down with a whimper. Is that a... It's a heart! I could feel hot tears mixing with the blood on my chest. Do you like it? It hurts? No, you're crazy. It hurts! I shivered on the floor. Well, that is the idea. You're looking a little pale. I pulled my knees back up. Haven't even gotten started yet. What? I tried to protest, but he was ignoring me and frowning at the knife in his hands. I need something. He turned and rummaged through the drawers. Oh! He brandished some sort of electric gun. Is that a nail gun? I've always wanted to try this. He waved it slightly. A nail gun. I've no idea how it works. My throat felt dry. Doesn't that thing need more pressure? I couldn't stop staring. I pressed the tip on the wooden countertop and pulled the trigger. Bang! Whoa! He turned back to me, grinning. That's really scary. I choked out a small noise. Please. Huh? Please stop. Why should I? I'll do anything. You're being crazy. Say nothing. I'll do anything. He paused at the offer. Anything? I took another look at the nail gun, weighing my options. Anything has to be better than that. I nodded surely. Get up on your knees. He looked a bit nervous. I struggled to sit up with my arms tied back. When I finally managed to get up, he moved forward and pressed against me. I started to realize what he wanted as he unzipped his jeep. Ha! Bang! He jumped backwards and yelped in surprise. I just stared with my mouth open and dripping in shock. Then the pain blossomed from my shoulder. I lurched forward and let out a rasping, pained moan. Also, yeah, I did skip a scene, and if you guys did want to see me, like, having a go with Ren, yeah, you can see it on my Patreon. But anyway, my arms strained against my bonds, and the agony just got worse. I'm sorry. To my surprise, he knelt down to hold me still and stop me from straining more. I didn't mean to pull the trigger. I forgot I had it there. I began to calm down and sniffed. I'm okay. He rubbed his forehead on mine quickly before gripping the tip of the nail. Wait! He pulled it out quickly and I gasped in pain. Immediately tossed the nail to the side and began to lick my shoulder. I felt my cheeks redden. We'll clean this up and bandage you, okay? He moved to grab the knife and cut the ties around my wrist. And have a nice warm bath. Huh? For some reason, I felt tears well up in my eyes again. But I was smiling. It sounds really nice. He kissed my nose and helped me to my feet. Don't worry, Lion. I'll take really good care of you. Ren will take really good care of it? Huh? Okay, so apparently there's another ending here where instead of saying I'll do anything, you're supposed to tell him like he's been crazy. You do understand the position you're in right now. I clenched my jaw and started to sweat. And you're insulting me. I pulled my knees closer. Spread your legs. I looked up at him, shocked. I won't repeat myself. I refuse! I kept my knees pressed together. I'm not going to! I coughed and wheezed in pain. My legs collapsed uselessly to the side. He crouched between my thighs. Ren. I squeaked as he reached for the sensitive flesh between my legs. I squeezed my eyes shut as he touched me. Even through the fear, I could feel my face getting hot. He pulled at me and seemed to just stop. I opened my eyes again. I didn't have time to scream. Bang! He leaned back triumphantly as I began to shake and sob. I pressed my knees together, but it did nothing for the pain. My... Apologize. I looked up, my eyes red with tears. It was hard to even remember what to apologize for through the pain. I'm sorry! You're not crazy! I sobbed harder. I'm sorry! That's better. You know I'm doing this because I love you. His tail twitched. You love me too, right? No? He looked at the nail gun in his hands. His silence was making me rethink my reply. Before I could say anything else, he turned and walked away. He left the nail gun on the counter and climbed the stairs quietly. I whimpered and pulled at the ties on my wrist. Why did I say no? My increasing regret was eventually interrupted by the soft creak of the wooden stairs. I didn't have to look over him long enough to see what he'd left for. A gun. A real gun! It's funny. He raised the weapon. Strayed had so many tools, and more knives than I've ever bothered to count. But he only had one gun. I couldn't move. I wasn't even sure I was breathing. He must not have liked guns. I'm going to die. Look how I like it. I'm going to die in this house. Tell me, you love me. I do it? Responded immediately. I love you! I love you! My voice is cracking. Huh. Of course you'd say that. You'd say anything right now, wouldn't you? You probably don't mean it. He lowered the gun. Friend, Ow! God freaking ow! The sound rang off the walls. Then the pain came. I looked down a hole in my leg. I profess my love! I love you! I may have only met you, but I never felt more alive. I'm so scared and it hurts, I know. I was shaking. I know I'm supposed to be here. I want to be with you. I need you. I leaned forward, tears streaming down my face. I'm yours, Ren. I'm all yours. I broke down and sobbed into my lap. I didn't flinch when I felt his hand on my head. That's a really good start. He survived. They're all his. Frick! Okay, there is one other ending I do want to get, which explains like what happened to Straight. So right when he actually like removes your chains, you're supposed to attack him. Pachoom! Yeah! He let out an inhuman growl as he dodged me. No! This is what I get! I fell to the floor! Ah! Yeah! He was panting softly. I lay motionless on the ground, letting out a half-choked sob. That wasn't a good idea, Lion. He stood over me. I was just trying to show you your bedroom. Are you gonna come nicely now? I focused on the remote in his hand. Yeah, fine, fine. Now, get up. I had to brace myself on the chair. It still hurts. My muscles were on fire. He held my arm gently and guided me down a short hallway to a door. He swung the door open, and we're gonna skip ahead. So, how long are you planning to keep me here? He stiffened at the question. Just get some rest. We can talk more tomorrow. He slipped out the door and closed it behind him, leaving me in the room. I could hear him walk away, but from what I could tell, he didn't lock or anything. And again, we're just gonna skip. Well, we've already cut up Lawrence. I woke up with a deep feeling of dread. Then I realized where I was and it doubled. Hey, Lion. I couldn't get Lawrence's face out of my head. And by the looks of it, neither could Ren. There was a tense silence before Ren finally spoke. He thought it could be easy. I've never... not really. I looked at him questioningly. Killed someone. Not before Lawrence. What about that guy in the basement? What? How did you... I went in the basement when you were gone. I saw... well, you know. He looked flustered and scared. I didn't kill him. He died. By himself. Remembered the man in the freezer. All that blood in his chest. Oh, God. How did he die? Ren visibly clammed up. He brought someone home. He sometimes... I waited patiently for him to continue. He sometimes hurt people. I looked at Ren's face and neck. I was suddenly wondering about those scars. He messed up. He got a knife. And, well, they both ended up dead. I tried to think it over for a moment. It wasn't adding up. I looked back at Ren. He hurt people. Ren looked uncomfortable. Well, he said that's how you can really get to know someone. I squinted at Ren. Like, really get to know him. So yeah. Sometimes he hurts people. Sometimes he killed people. Remembered the basement. The stains on the floor. Sounds like he was a psychopath. His fur bristled. No! Weak people die! Strong people live! That's how it works! I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. It's all in the past now anyway. Doesn't matter. Huh? The past is over. I reached for him slowly and pat his hair. He accepted it and seemed to calm down a little. I'm here now. I like it here. You do? I like you. I'm sure it looks strange. Someone in a chain and collar, petting their captor. I didn't care. I'll take care of you. He relaxed. I'll take care of you too. He crawled onto the couch with me. I heard the soft clinking of the chair on the floor. It didn't bother me. We survived. We'll take care of each other. Okay, apparently there's a couple more variations to Descending. I do want to check it out. Isn't he dead though? That was a stupid mistake. It wasn't fair. He took a few deep breaths, looking like he's trying to hold back tears. He was the only one. He took care of me. Well, it looks like he only hurt you. He couldn't hold back his tears anymore. That's not true! He... No one ever cared about me like that! He loved me! Ren sniffed and slouched, shrinking down. And now that he's gone, I never felt more empty. He started sobbing. Why did I? What did you do? I asked him cautiously, quietly, almost a whisper. I could tell he was unstable, dangerous. Ren sniffed and lifted his head. I didn't do anything. I looked at him, confused. I didn't do anything! I didn't do anything. He told me to help him. He even begged me. I didn't do anything. I can only think of the things he did. Why didn't I help him? God, you don't need him. What? You have me now. I have you now. He shook his head. Look at me, getting all worked up about the past. His worried expression was only partially replaced by a strange smile. I don't need to worry about him anymore. And you don't need to worry about anything. You'll never leave me. I won't let you die. I'll take care of you. Forever. Ren won't let you die. God damn it. I really want to get through to Ren. I really want to get him to realize that what he went through was not normal. You never needed him. Of course I did. I didn't have anything before him. Family hates me. Didn't have any friends. It was the only... Stop. What? You're alive now, right? Yeah, I guess. You've done that with and without him. You don't need him. You don't need me. But you've been through pain. But you don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. So why not wait and find out? I don't want any more pain. I'm scared. That's okay. The future is scary. It can be fun too. You're only gonna get one chance at this, Ren. I tensed up as he raised the remote. Instead of a shock, I heard a quiet click. The collar popped open and fell to the floor like dead weight. Please, just go. Before I change my mind again. I paused for a moment. Then I grabbed a pen and paper off the coffee table. I'm gonna leave, but I want you to have my number. I want to be your friend. For real. Call me and we can do something fun together. Something we both like. Okay? He nodded silently. I can't know what the future holds either, but I'm willing to find out. You survived. You helped Ren. Frick. Anyway, that was Boyfriend to Death 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. I've already covered like every major route there is in Boyfriend to Death. I might not come back to this again. I might actually come back to it, like to check out some of the other endings, but who knows? Who knows? Like maybe in the far future. I mean, heck, no one knows except for whoever you may be if you've like seen any of the like future content if it ever comes out. But hey, anyway, hope you all have a lovely rest of the day. And as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.